Hello, this is Transylvanian Dreams from DeviantArt. I've been seeing a lot of these voice memes for a while now. It's on both DeviantArt and YouTube lately, and recently one of my friends did one herself, so it just made me feel like doing one as well. Just be warned that I'm a pretty annoying person. I'll probably... You have the right to, stop listening to this if you want, but those that you want to, listen to my blah, 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 be my guest. Also, I apologize for any screeches and crackling in this microphone. It's pretty brand new. It's just, I could be a very loud person and I might bleed your ears. So, yeah, sorry about that. Question 1. What is your name? My name is Alexa, but I really prefer people to, call me Lex or Lexi, because nicknames are fun like that. Sometimes it really annoys me when people call me by my more formal name, especially when they yell at me and stuff. Number 2. How old are you? I'm 21 years old, or young. Mostly because I a lot of times don't really act my age. I mean, I'm pretty much a kid at heart, and I do act quite childish sometimes. Not overly childish, throwing temper tantrums and stuff, but yeah. I'm pretty much an odd person, but I like it that way. I like being a kid. I grow up too fast. I mean, what's wrong with sleeping with plushies at night or watching cartoons? Adults make cartoons, by the way. Question 3. Where are you from, and are you living there right now? Originally, I was from Rhode Island. I lived over there for most of my childhood. It's only recently, after high school, I moved to Maine. And, no, I'm not living in Rhode Island right now. I'm living in Maine now. It's a pretty good state. Just a lot of snow and cold, but I like cold and snow. Question 4. What is the time? Okay. Right now, the time is 12 o'clock and 11 minutes p.m. So that means it's afternoon. Not noon, it's just afternoon because noon is 12 o'clock, right? Question 5. Is it cold where you are? Oh yes, are you kidding me? Maine is one of the snowiest states, and for about 6 months of the year, we have a lot of snow. It's only this year that the weather has been a little bit wonky, and we actually been not having significant snowfall for about a month, and because of that, we've been basically having a statewide ice sheet, and because of the thaw days that we've been having, most of that snow is pretty much all gone, and we are expecting some, but I'm not crossing my fingers. But most of the time, yeah, it is very cold, especially at night. But I like it when it's cold. I'm a cold weather person. Question 6. What are you wearing? Well, from what I describe, I dress up like a bum. Yes, I do. Currently right now, I'm wearing a dark navy blue t-shirt with some wolves on it and a black cotton pajama pants that I wore for the past 3 days in a row. Yeah, I live in pajamas basically. I have no style whatsoever, and I find that a lot of clothes just don't fit me, and I really like to be comfortable and stuff, and I'm very lazy, so pajamas for me. I know, it's stupid, but deal with it. Question 7. What was the last thing you listened to? Well, I was just listening to a few tracks on my iTunes, and one of them was No Giving Up by Crossfade, and the one before that was Princess of the Universe by Queen. Such a good band they are. Yep, I'm a rocker. No rap for me. All my tunes are either rock or film score. Question 8. What was the last thing you ate? Well, I've eaten chicken tenders and smiley face fries just now, and they're very good. I'm such a chicken addict. Question 9. What was the last thing you watched on TV? Well, believe it or not, I actually don't have a TV. Nope. What I do have though is my computer, and I will watch YouTube on it, and that's how I watch TV shows and movies on when my internet is being cooperative, which it isn't now. But yeah, last thing I watched was a few YouTube poops, some speed paints, and the last show I watched was Kimba the White Lion, the 1982 series. I've only watched the English dub because they have some of the original Japanese episodes on YouTube, but they're not subtitled, and I don't know Japanese, so I have no way of understanding what they're saying. It's too bad, because the original Japanese is uncut, although I have heard it's a tad more violent than the classic Kimba. But oh well. Question 10. What is your favorite TV show and why? Well, I actually don't really have a set favorite TV show, but I do like to watch a lot of stuff. Some of my favorites include South Park, Family Guy, comedy cartoons like that. Also like to watch paranormal stuff like A Haunting, Ghost Adventures, and Ghost Hunters. I like the Ghost Adventures the best because they actually try to provoke the ghosts, and you get some pretty wonky, authentic footage of paranormal activity on there. And I also like to watch cartoons I watched when I was a kid, like Arthur and Caillou and Pokemon. And I also like to watch more recent animes like Wolf's Rain, Jinga Nashgorobi Jin, and Jinga Densetsu Weed. I'm sorry if I'm screwing up on their names. They're Japanese, and I don't really know how to speak in Japanese, even if I'm speaking in English. Blech. I also like to watch DNA Angel and also the Kimba series. So you have seen. Quick! Find a book or something with text on it. Flip to a random page and read some of it. Go! I'll be right back. Okay, I just found a book. It's Firebringer by David Clement Davies, and it's a personal favorite of mine. It's actually about deer, and well, I'll read now. The hinds and their fawns spent their first night of real freedom in a gully near the bridge. It was still bitterly cold, but they had some shelter from the wind, and a fresh, clean stream gave them all the water they needed. The calves were, elated. The tension that had existed between them before had snapped like the ropes on the bridge, and now they talked and played happily together. They began asking questions about one another. Rannoch, Tane, Bankfoot did a lot of the showing off. Peppa kept quizzing Rannoch about the mark on his head, which she thought it was splendid, and though Rannoch was a little to say on the subject, Bankfoot couldn't stop regaling, I don't know how to say that, them all with the story about how Rannoch had helped him by the stream and had found the path back to the meadow. But talk of the home valley made Quiach, I don't know how to say it, but yeah, here you go. Quiach miserable, and after a while the fawns became subdued again, and sleep wasn't hard to follow. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm gonna read. Very bad broken speech. Sorry about that. Okay, due to time reasons, I'm gonna have to cut this short a bit. What was the last movie you saw, and how was it? Well, I watched the most recent Kimba the White Lion 2009 movie, and I found it very odd. It was much more different than the classic movies. And do I have an accent? Well, yes, I do. But who doesn't? Why do you ask that? Well, anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this, and have a good day, and do what you want. Thank you. Bye.